We just made a video on the scope of CFA, and a natural extension is the scope of FRM in India. Now, financial risk management is it's known since a long time in India, but its demand slightly has started increasing in the recent past from what we are seeing, right? Generally, financial risk management was considered as more of an added qualification to your profile. But today, the primary reason why people do financial risk management is to become a risk officer, and a CRO, a chief risk officer, is a position that has really garnered a lot of importance over the last few years. So a FRM student will have potential scope in the future, growing more and more. When it comes to FRM in isolation in India, yes, there is scope. It's not as spoken about as you might want it to be. But that being said, if you are an FRM student going into the market as a fresher with no experience, there are companies willing to hire you, and there are companies specifically looking for FRM candidates. But I would say you go for companies which are looking for financial risk profiles and apply over there. With no experience but an FRM qualification, you at least have a chance, and keep looking for that. You will get a potential company to work for. Next, if you are an FRM student but you have a couple of years of experience, your life becomes much easier. You already have some background, you already know where you can go, and you can show people that you are experienced plus have a qualification. Lastly, if you are a CFA plus FRM, because that's the more popular trend that we've seen, then again, FRM is like a younger brother of CFA in your mind. Go to companies and be open that if you get a job as an FRM, as a risk manager, that's where FRM comes in use. But you're also open to a finance profile because you're CFA plus FRM. And both of that combined gives you something broader, which is finance, as well as deeper, which is risk management. But yeah, all in all, I think, and by the way, our placement team has been telling us since we launched FRM a few months back, the placement team is non-stop connecting with companies. Apparently, these multinationals are all open to hiring FRM candidates specifically from us. And from us is an indication that they're hiring from the market as well. So the point here is that FRM specifically in big companies, which was not that sought after, has now become an open profile. So if you are looking at an FRM journey, company-wise, go for MNCs, go for Indian companies. All are hiring in India. When it comes to profile, all I understand so far is risk management is an important profile, but FRMs do also understand the basics of finance. So you can at least enter into the finance world through FRM. And when it comes to salary package, depending on if you have zero experience and only FRM, you should be open to something very basic, like maybe a 3 to 4 to 5 lakh package. I would not bother much about that. Build your experience. So if you have a couple of years of experience in your pocket, that's when the game changes. Or you finish FRM and then maybe do a CFA or an MBA, only if you know that doing these qualifications means you need to combine it with the experience. But then based on how the market is reacting to you, you decide that, okay, I've done FRM, I have a year or two of experience. Based on how I'm performing or based on what I've understood the world, doing CFA will make sense because I can actually go in the direction I want. Or I should do an MBA, or I should do something else. First of all, it's the best way to build your profile because you're combining experience with your own knowledge along with what the market is ready to give you, and then studying, rather than upfront studying multiple things together and then moving forward. So I would not recommend you all do multiple things together. So, for example, I spoke to our placement team, right? We launched FRM a couple of months ago. All these big companies, right? The big four and so on and so forth. The HR team has conversed with us saying that, yes, we don't mind hiring FRM members for certain profiles where the salary will go anywhere from 3.5 all the way to 6 lakhs for FRM freshers with no experience. You add experience to it, you can obviously always increase your salary package. You should be a graduate for all of this, which will help a lot, rather than being an undergrad. So if you are still in college, take up FRM, finish it in a year, start working, maybe pick up CFA level 1 on the side. Superb combination. By the time you graduate, you will have a couple of years of experience with an FRM, maybe with a level 1 for CFA, and then you can go into the market and demand something of value. But when you're in college, do work for a year or two. It's okay. It doesn't matter which company or what salary package, as long as you get to learn. If you're a graduate and you're taking up FRM, super, please take it up. You have potential opportunities open for you in the market, and then maybe think about taking up a CFA or an MBA depending on which direction you want to go into. So guys, if you found any value in this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you've not visited the channel, then please do click subscribe.